Hi, my name is Nancy Fulton, and I currently run events for more than 40,000 entertainment industry pros here in Los Angeles and nationwide. In this particular event, we'll be talking about fundamentals of profitable stage play writing for writers, screenwriters, and writer producers. As writers, we make a lot of choices about how we spend our time. The choices we make determine whether or not we can make a living through the stories we tell. We frequently choose what we write based upon what we feel passionate about, the audience we want to reach, and the money we think we can earn. Many of us write stories and novels as well as screenplays. Relatively few of us choose to write theatrical plays, but it is something that more of us should consider because it opens up more revenue opportunities than some of the options we choose more frequently. It's worth exploring how and why stage plays deserve to be considered along with our other creative options. A good stage play can easily become many things. This means writing one gives an author more ways to earn money from their work. A stage play can be the foundation for a novel or a feature film, a TV pilot or a Bible, a podcast or an audio drama, or even an audiobook. Stage plays have some interesting characteristics. They're almost always 75 to 100 minutes long because few audiences will sit through 2 hours of listening to people talk. Almost always, they have under 12 characters, frequently as few as 6 or 7, because that makes the play easy and cheap to run. Some have just a single performer telling a story. They're almost always set in a very small number of locations because this reduces stage design costs. Usually, they will feature a tightly written and gripping plot, often with one or more significant twists and great characters. The story and character have to be enough to keep audiences in their seats and to earn their recommendation to friends. They give actors the scenes and dialogue they need to deliver great performances. When it comes to writing a stage plays are shorter than film screenplays. Since locations are limited and there is usually no special effects, they need significantly fewer words to tell the story. Stage plays list the characters and their descriptions, the sets and the set descriptions up front as a rule. Writers don't have to weave these elements into the text of a theatrical play as they do into a screenplay. That makes stage plays much easier and faster to write. Most plays have 1 to 4 sets, and from a writer's perspective, they are easy to describe. A playwright is expected to provide stage direction to actors, which gives them some input into blocking the play. Good short stories and novellas often make great stage plays. Good stage plays have plots and characters that make great films, books, podcasts, etc. Let's take a quick look at the anatomy of a stage play script. They're usually broken into acts, and usually after the act number, you'll see a quick description of how the action in the scene begins. You'll see that there's a character name, and then slightly indented from that, there's character dialogue. And if there are stage directions that need to be provided, they're usually indented slightly in from the character dialogue. Stage plays are allowed more variation in format than screenplays. If you buy plays from commercial publishers, you'll see they're generally formatted to save paper rather than make each page of the play equal to a minute of stage time, which is common for screenplays. It's easier to produce a stage play than a screenplay. Many screenwriters feel stuck in second gear. If no one knows who they are or sees their work, how can they find producers for it? Producing a play or two can make them significantly more visible to and more interesting to audiences and producers. Screenwriters can control the costs of their productions pretty tightly. They can write plays for a small number of characters or even just one character, and they can put the story on a single set or just use a few props to signal a move from one location to another. They can rent stages only for the days they plan to show the play, rehearsing with actors at their home or less expensive locations prior to that. The stages they invite audiences to can be almost anywhere. Check out www.peerspace.com for more information. There are many benefits to the process of writing a stage play. Writing stage plays helps writers master developing great characters and tight plots because they have literally nothing else to rivet audiences into their seats. Actors, crew, and audience give writers meaningful feedback that helps them improve their play significantly. The play you start to produce is not nearly as good as the one that ends up on stage. A good play makes money. If you can fill a 99-seat theater at $20 a ticket for 9 performances, you'll generate just under $18,000. Most books don't earn an $18,000 advance, and selling 900 books doesn't usually generate $18,000. Note, you have to pay the actors, rent locations, perhaps hire a crew, depending on your staging. That said, At $18,000, there's enough room for you to make a profit, and you can run your play as often as you like. You can also sell derivative products, other books, for example, as well. When you can consistently sell 900 plus tickets to a play, you're a huge step closer to being able to sell all your books, screenplays, etc. more profitably too. Remember, you can invite producers, managers, agents, and leading actors to your popular plays. They're an excellent marketing tool because they let you prove your value. Remember to use an employer of record service to pay actors, cast, and crew. I like to use Castify/ABS. This ensures that everyone is covered by workers' comp, and you don't have to worry about issuing W-2s or 1099s at the end of the year. Here's a sample budget for a simple two-person play. Registering the play at the Copyright Office, $100. Casting actors via Actors Access or Backstage West, $100. Actor 1, $11.25. That's hiring him for 60 hours at $15 an hour plus tax. Actor 2, same price. Crew and stagehand, 40 hours at $15 an hour plus tax. Location insurance, $250. Minimal set and lighting, $1,000. Performance-based rental, $7,200. That comes to a total cost of $11,650. Total revenue, assuming 9 performances at $20 for 99 people each, $17,820. Estimated profit, about $6,000. Now, this might be a two-person play about a bad marriage which ends in murder, or a play about a prisoner being interrogated by a government official, or a play about a father and a son coming to terms with life, death, and mistakes. You can choose the locations that provide the environment you need. You would break even at about 6 sold-out performances. Make sure that you register your work at the Copyright Office, and remember that you have to pay your actors and ensure they're covered by workers' compensation. Remember to get liability insurance to cover the location using something like eventhelper.com. You can rent non-standard performance spaces using Peerspace.com, for example, and that may add a lot of value to your production and cut your costs as well. Remember that renting chairs and tables is cheap. If you decide to serve snacks and drinks, you can charge a little more for your tickets. Remember, you should start promotion and ticket sales as soon as you have a cast, location, and dates. Plays become films all the time. A good play has great characters, a great plot, and can be performed well in one room. When adapted for screen, producers can add locations, special effects, great transitions to add even more for an audience to experience. Good press from a play translates into early press for the film, and fans of the play will often enjoy the film. Plays often become books for exactly the same reason. Filmmakers who direct plays are better filmmakers, and smart filmmakers hire stage actors because they know how to rivet an audience with just their performance, which is why so many great UK actors do well here in the US. Most of those great UK actors we like so much were actually trained for stage performances, and that makes them good when they move to the silver screen. So what should you do next? Writers, screenwriters, actors, and producers benefit a great deal from going to plays, particularly as a group. It gives them a first-person experience of audience reaction and lets them become aware of actors, locations, writers, techniques, and tools they can use to create their own works. Choosing to produce a play for a year is a good way for writers and screenwriters to use their talent to gather an audience, hone their skills, generate revenue, and create good credits. They can invite agents, managers, producers, and others to their play, and they can build a collection of work that they can produce at any time to generate revenue. There are hard costs to producing plays, but a writer is more in control of those costs through their creative choices than almost anyone else involved in stage production. Remember that you can also earn money from licensing plays for production by others, and this becomes much easier when you have a number of plays to choose from and a track record of creating projects people enjoy. It's even easier if you have a bunch of people who already like your work, who you can promote your play to. If you have any questions about the information presented in this document, please email me at nancy@nancyfultonmeetups.com. I do look forward to hearing from you. Remember, you can find upcoming events at nancyfultonmeetups.com.